Funding provided by...
You work hard to feed them well. That's why at Fairway, we're committed to our foundation of personalized service while treating our customers like family and valuing our employees. Fairway Meat and Grocery, that's what we're all about.
By Muscle Lighting, the sports lighting specialists, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community. A state championship game has a little extra something when you line up two teams that are the best in their class, but throw in a hometown team and a squad that they've played 4 other times this year, you have the makings for a fantastic finale. It's number 1 Fort Dodge, number 6 Ankeny Centennial. It's Class 5A. It's a state championship. It's a whole lot of great things. Along with Laura Leonard, I'm Paul Yeager. Glad to have you here. Laura, you always say it's hard to beat a team 3 times. Try beating them 4 times. Centennial and Fort Dodge have played a lot this regular season. Now they're playing on the biggest stage at the biggest time.
Well,
kind of fun?
They are, and it is kind of fun. And Fort Dodge ranked number 1 most of the season. Centennial probably playing their best softball right now, peaking at the right time. Sam Klug, probably the best pitcher nobody's talking about.
Well, and you want to talk a little bit about an underdog story. Maybe it is this Jaguar squad. Second trip to state. They were in the semis last year, lost to this Fort Dodge team. They set a school record for wins. Morris, Starr, Schultz, but Sam Klug's been outstanding in the circle. For the hometown Fort Dodge Dodgers, it is a familiarity here, Laura. 4th straight trip to state, title game again.
And this is their time. They feel that they deserve to be here. They are going to go after this 100%. They were denied a year ago. They're back to try to prove themselves this year.
All right, it's time for yet another Iowa Girl moment. Let's go upstairs.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, please. The Jack North Award is given to the outstanding senior performer at the state softball and basketball tournaments. The annual award is named in honor of the former information director at the IGHSAU. Presenting the Jack North Softball Award is Gene Berger, Executive Director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. The 2020 softball honoree led Cedar Rapids Kennedy to the Class 5A state championship. She was dominant in every phase of the game at last season's tournament, batting .625 with 6 RBIs while pitching all 3 games and recording 23 strikeouts. She just completed her season at Nebraska, where she was named the Big Ten Conference Player of the Week in May. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2019 recipient of the Jack North Softball Award from Cedar Rapids Kennedy, Kaelin Kinney.
You know, Kinney last year in the title game was outstanding in Class 5. I played Fort Dodge, so a little bit of a deja vu moment for Kinney. Good to see her back. Good to see yet another Iowa girl play on the next level.
You know, there's a lot of talent in the state of Iowa on the softball diamond, and a lot of them go on and make a big impact at not only programs here in the state, Drake, Iowa State, and Iowa, and then our smaller colleges as well, but there are a lot of players that go on and play at Nebraska, as we just saw, and places out of state. We'd like to keep them home, like to keep them in our state, but some of them want to go out a little bit further.
Sunny and 86. We've cooled down. Might need your jacket by the end of this one if we make it to 84. Nice night for softball. Let's meet the two teams from Fort Dodge and Centennial.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Rogers Sports Complex and this 5A softball championship game between the visiting team, the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars, and the home team, the Fort Dodge Dodgers. All right, let's meet the players for our last game of this softball season. Here are your non-starters and assistant coaches for the visiting team from Centennial. Number 1, Malin Vallejo. Number 8, Jaden Stair. Number 9, Addie Pollock. Number 10, Jenna Wendt. Number 11, Hannah McSparron. Number 13, Morgan Seversyke. Number 16, Anna Wildebauer. Number 18, Maggie Fisher. Number 22, Claire Suarez. Number 27, Allie Edwards. Number 32, Kayla Smalley. Number 33, Kaelin Quam. And number 37, Meadow Stevens. Your assistant coaches, Jordan Grunwald and Mackenzie Larson. Now here's your starting lineup for the Centennial Jaguars. Leading off and playing third base, number 12, Addie Starr. Batting second at second base, number 14, Anna Christensen. Batting third in left field, number 28, Sydney Morris. Cleanup hitter for the Jaguars, doing the catching, number 7, Ella Schultz. Batting fifth in right field, number 3, Peyton Drefke. Batting sixth in center field, number 15, Mackenzie James. Batting seventh, the designated player, number 29, Lauren Gustafson. Batting eighth at first base, number 19, Lizzie Klender. And batting in the ninth position, the shortstop, number 23, Lauren Solis. And your flex player doing the pitching, number 6, Sam Klug. Head coach for the Jaguars, Brett Delaney. And now let's meet the home team, the Fort Dodge Dodgers. Your non-starters, number 3, Ashlyn Wills. Number 6, Kenzie McElrath. Number 7, Macy Brown. Number 8, Lydia Lara. Number 13, Dallas Richardson. Number 14, Maggie Elsbecker. Number 15, Mia McCaleb. Number 16, Lucy Porter. And number 17, Reese Peterson. Your assistant coaches, Aaron Miller, Molly Mathis, and Tom McClyman. Now here are your starters for the Dodgers of Fort Dodge. Leading off and doing the pitching, number 12, Jalen Adams. Batting second at shortstop, number 9, Tori Bennett. Batting third at first base, number 20, Mariah Myers. Cleanup hitter for the Dodgers, doing the catching, number 11, Tristan Duster. Batting fifth at second base, number 4, Martina Lowry. Batting sixth in right field, number 5, Maya Davis. Batting seventh in left field, number 10, Chloe Wirtz. Batting eighth in center field, number 1, Sophia Klinger. And batting in the ninth position, the third baseman, number 2, Haley Wills. Head coach for the Dodgers, Andy Adams. Now please turn your attention to the home plate area. Our umpires assigned to this 5A championship game by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. At first base, Carl Woldridge. At third base, Mark Murphy. And calling the balls and strikes this evening, Tom Sullivan. All right, who's ready for state championship softball?
Here's the thing, Laura, our crowd mic's not going to have to work very hard to get the crowd tonight. They are all around the field, 1, 2, 3 deep. This is the biggest crowd I've ever seen here in the 7-8 years we've done it. Centennial's ready, and so is Fort Dodge. Let's take a look at the defense for Fort Dodge. Wirtz, Klinger, Davis left to right. Willis, Bennett, Lowry, Myers on the infield, third to first. And the batter, Tristan T.K. Doster, will be pitched to by Jalen Adams. And this offensive lineup for Centennial, they are going to have to figure out a way to find some gaps in that defense. The Dodgers in their red uniforms with black numbers trimmed in white are ready to go. They'll head out to this field, and it's going to make a little noise too. And they have a lot to cheer about for this girl. Jalen Adams, 24-1 this season, Laura Leonard. There's no other way to put it. She's outstanding.
Well, look at that ERA, .69. Not a lot of people can get to her and get on base and score runs. She has been dominant.
And this is the order she'll have to face for Centennial, one that she's faced already 2 different times this season. Addie Starr, Anna Christensen, Sydney Morris, Ella Schultz, Peyton Drefke, Mackenzie James, Lauren Gustafson, Lizzie Klunder, and Lauren Solis. The name not on there is the pitcher, Sam Klug. Is she one of your keys, or is there something else, Laura?
Well, they need to attack early. They need to try to touch up Jalen Adams and get some runs on the board early, and then they need to limit Fort Dodge when they get on the bases. They have a lot of speed, they take a lot of chances, and they will run the bases, so they need to try to keep that in check.
There's a look at head coach Brett Delaney in his 3rd head coaching season. He's excited. The whole team's excited. Huge moment. Let's put a freshman in the starting lineup as your leadoff hitter in the state championship game. Addie Starr, first pitch at 7:41 on Friday the 23rd of 2021. It is a beautiful night for softball. Settle on in. If you don't have any rooting interest in this game, enjoy. And if you have rooting interest, you might enjoy it too. 1-1 is the count to Starr.
These two teams have played very close games throughout their 4 matchups.
Change-up is fouled back into the net, and it'll be 1-2.
Now, only 2 of those games had this particular pitching matchup, Klug against Adams.
And Klug is one of those, Laura, that has developed as the season has gone on and emerged as a solid one and really elevated the Centennial team. Now it's about the bats. And hitting against Adams is tough. And it's a rise ball from Starr to Starr for a strikeout. Your rise ball's working, Laura. What do you think?
Well, that looked really good there, and Adams will also show you a curveball. She's got a good changeup as well. She's worked in a 2-seam fastball this season.
And that looked off speed to Anna Christensen for her first pitch. .313 hitter, 16 runs batted in. A senior. That one's high. Adams already a commit to the University of Iowa. 2 future Hawkeyes on this Dodger squad. Rise ball works again. Adams ahead of the quarterfinal match was ready to warm up at, I think, 7 a.m.
Yeah. It's tough to have to sit and wait till the last game of the tournament, and just knowing that you have the opportunity to get back to that title game. You've got to sit around all day and wait, watch others play. And hopefully that nervous energy doesn't build up to where it's a detriment. It looks like Fort Dodge is playing pretty relaxed and pretty keyed up, though. Jalen Adams is really bringing it at a pretty good clip.
They're rallied up there in the Centennial dugout, all hanging on that fence. Adams gets her sign, lines and fires. Change up, fouled off again to the right side. We'll do it again. Christensen battling here. Popped up, and that might get out of play. Doster gives chase.
Not sure if she would have been able to corral that one, but she couldn't find it right away and had to work her way around the umpire. These two were in sync the other night, Doster and Adams. A battery
can make or break you. That one's bounced in.
Three balls, 2 strikes.
Well, I think they rely on each other a lot, and that's what you have to do to have good working chemistry between pitcher and catcher.
It's a walk to Christensen. Adams has not given up many walks this season as a whole. So when you earn one, now you just got to figure out what you're going to do if you're Centennial with Sidney Morris up.
Ball.
Morris, 421, as Stoster asked where it was. He said, home plate umpire Tom Sullivan said inside.
Good.
That pitch looks very close to the last one, but a little more on the plate. Weekly hit right at Adams. She gloves it, throws back, or looks back to see if Christensen had wandered. Hard to get solid contact on Adams.
It is, and she just has a lot of movement, mixes her pitches very well.
Ella Schultz, the catcher. One of the other seniors
Ball.
that are in the starting lineup, Christensen and Schultz. Otherwise, it's a pretty sophomore, junior-laden team. Couple of freshmen in there. Swung on and missed.
You know, all 4 games earlier this season, Fort Dodge won the first one 4-1. Centennial won the back half of that doubleheader 6-3. And then it was 1-0, 3-2 were the others. So not a lot of runs scored
1 ball,
in the 4
2 strikes.
games.
The 1-2 to Schultz. Inside and high. You only need to win by 1, last I checked. Centennial not exactly known for a ton of offense. Swung on and missed. 2 strikeouts on the inning for Adams. Jaguars leave 1. Climb the ladder. Works every time. Jaguars will go out on defense with this squad right here. Morris, James, Drefke. Klunder at first, Christensen at second, Solis at short, and third is Addie Starr. Ella Schultz and Sam Klug in the circle. And Sam Klug, Laura, you've kind of hinted around it. We've teased it a little bit. 11-5. I believe the phrase this week was the best pitcher no one's talking about.
She's opened some eyes here. She's been very steady. She's a pitcher that hits locations, has a good rise ball, but has really been dominant throughout the tournament run.
This is who she will face again. Jalen Adams, Tori Bennett, Mariah Myers, Tristan Doster, Martin Lowry, Davis Wirtz, Klinger, and Willis. And if you're Fort Dodge, you've been here before, that might be a key.
That's the #1 key. Rely on your experience. And remember what happened a year ago in the title game. Use that to your advantage. And then communication on the bases. We talked about Centennial trying to slow them down. You're going to see Fort Dodge when they get on. They have their own language between players. They have freedom to run. They have the green light to go. And they could steal at any moment. Coach Adams might not know that. They need to have that good communication. Everybody needs to be on the same page.
Jalen Adams, 422, 5 home runs, 27 RBIs, a whole lot of walks. Off speed, or outside pitch, she fouls off. And I think Ella Schultz just asked the umpire about placement, if that would have been a strike, because it looked out of the zone from our vantage point. So Adams, 1-2.
Ball.
And that one misses.
You can see Klug dancing around in the circle. Thought she had it.
Ground ball to short. Solis over to Klunder, out number 1. We have a dead ball. Hold on, hold the phone.
To put her back.
An illegal pitch called.
That's what you want to do? Put her back? Put her back? You got a choice. You want to put her back, right? You want to put her back in the batting, right? You want to put her back, right?
Thank you.
Illegal pitch was called by Carl Woolridge, the first base umpire. He's explaining it now to Brett Delaney.
3 balls and 2 strikes.
So I missed, we'll try to get an explanation on what that was between innings. Could be a couple of things there
3 balls.
that we saw in that replay. So we'll do it again with Adams. That one's fouled out of play.
And those are ones that you hope don't come back to haunt you.
Right.
And Klug was a little keyed up after she didn't get the call on the strike, on the pitch prior to that, and was bouncing around on the circle. I'm not sure if she came set. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. There's a couple of combos there about connection with the rubber. If she's not connected to it, she came out of the shoe, or she didn't come set. That one's fouled, headed towards foul, but coming in to try to make a diving catch in left field is Morris. About a step late. It'll be another foul ball.
Thank you.
Morris, another catcher for Centennial. Usually would catch the second game of the doubleheader. Klug again. Fouled back straight behind. Tell you, Adams is just a competitor, isn't she?
Well, this is quite a battle to start the bottom half of this inning.
Line shot, past a diving James, all the way to the wall, into second with a double. Jalen Adams.
Well, you had said it. She's a competitor. She was battling at the plate. Finally got one she could drive. Great effort out in center field by James to try to lay out and get that. And Adams standing on second.
For the pitcher, courtesy
now
run.
going to have a courtesy runner come in for her.
Reese Peterson's been the courtesy runner for her all year. And Reese has that sliding glove on the left hand with red. You always can kind of identify her out. Signal made. We check our cards. We go to work. Klug in to Tori Bennett. Bennett shows bunt. And it's a strike.
Showing bunt, you get to see what the defense does, how they're going to maneuver, how they're going to adjust, and then you can make your adjustments.
Starfields, gloves, throws across to first to Klunder. Peterson moves to third. Bennett gets the job done, moving the runner up.
And it was a right play by Starr. She was right there, but she was playing in so far. Knew that she probably couldn't make the play at third base because it was a long run for Solis to get over and try to cover.
Well, here's a look at your future. Mariah Myers shows bunt, pulls it back. Myers, an 8th grader, batting third on the Fort Dodge team. When I say future, that's why.
Well, just already in this ball game, Centennial leads off with the freshman. You have an 8th grader in the 3 spot.
Myers punches it foul, squeezing, and that ball went 45 feet fair. Hugged that line like it had a tracking device on the chalk.
And the right read as well, getting that bunt down the first base line is the correct play. as first base, Klunder playing back.
The pitch. Swung on, right at third. Oh, falling down was Peterson. No tag applied first. Now there is, back to first on the fielder's choice. Peterson fell down trying to slam on the brakes. Great camera work. She goes back, falls down. They miss the tag. Starr throws home to get Schultz, or Schultz gets the tag of Peterson, and that'll bring in Tristan Dotster.
You know, just going on contact, that's instinct, but the ball was hit right there.
Up the middle, but right at second base, over to second to get the out. Christensen to Solis. Wow, what a series of events. What an end to this first half inning. Fort Dodge had a leadoff double and didn't get any farther.
We're going to get a look at the tournament bracket here for 5A.
Pleasant Valley had to come back on Southeast Polk, and Southeast Polk almost came back in a big blowout there, big blow by blow. City High knocked out by Centennial. Fort Dodge beat Bettendorf in the opener, and Waukee and Kennedy, both teams had 4 errors in that game, not the prettiest one. And then Fort Dodge beat Waukee, and Centennial sent Pleasant Valley, who is one of the top seeds, number 2 seeds. So this is an incredible crowd here. Okay, so there's a look above us, and they're standing in the aisles. They're sitting on the under the exit signs, and and they're in the outfield. All those bleachers filled. They got lawn chairs. Good. You got the hats. You got umbrellas that have gone away, because the umbrellas would take somebody's view away, but it is a great crowd. Fort Dodge, you could feel the excitement all week for this team, all season. And Centennial brought a few fans too.
I think it's a great crowd here to finish off the state tournament in fine fashion with these 2 quality teams. And we did get an explanation on that illegal pitch, is that she was leaping off of the rubber, so to gain that advantage, and they called that, and that's tried to, pitchers will sometimes come off, push off, and leap and gain that advantage.
We've had a couple of illegal pitches today. That might have only been the second one now that I think about it. That was only the second illegal pitch I think we've had today. And Beth, I think, was that just the first fielder's choice we've had all day? I think I was just like, oh, hits into the field. I haven't written down fielder's choice all day.
You're right.
So it's been great, daring plays at one, or just not the opportunities. As Peyton Drefke's down 0-2. Punches it to the right side, but it's going to one-hop the fence. Davis will chase it down. No, the crowd here has been great. And getting out of here, if you try to leave within 15 minutes to 20 minutes after the game, you're still struggling to get back onto the highway. 0-2 popped up. This one is just out of the reach. Great effort again by Doster. Man alive, she's tough.
She lays it all on the line and goes after everything really hard.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
She's the other future Iowa Hawkeye. She'll be there in the fall.
Yeah, they're getting a good tandem here right out of Fort Dodge. And we asked Jalen Adams how she decided on Iowa, and she said, a lot of players think about trying to go Alabama, Tennessee, Oklahoma's. And she said, I don't know, when you can play good quality softball close to home, why not go there? And, that's not a bad way of thinking about it and looking at it, and you have the opportunity
hit the net first? Okay.
Playing at the University of Iowa.
So right there, Doster, right in front of us, went up, hit the net before she had a chance, which makes it a foul ball. It's not a live action. We're not playing arena football here. But there's another factor that Adams said, that Jalen said, is the 1-2. Hit back at Adams, and she grabs it and retires Drefke. she says, you know, I just didn't want to be that far from home. And there is a tight relationship between mother-daughter here. And Jalen fields that position well, just right back at the... I think there was an interview that we didn't hear, but I heard on another station that said that Jalen had been thinking about, had been all about softball from the embryonic stage. She was all about softball.
Not too far from the truth. I mean, Coach Adams and her daughter are pretty much in lockstep about how things are going to happen at Fort Dodge and beyond.
Adams, 1 ball and 1 strike to Mackenzie James here in the second. That one's out of the zone, 2-1. Yes, they're connected, but there's a difference between the two. Coach Andy said, my daughter will chase a butterfly if it flies around, and I am as intense as a bull.
Ball.
Right?
That is very true. I don't know if you saw before the game when they were lined up getting ready to do introductions. Coach Adams was trying to get the crowd fired up, getting them ready to go. She was pumping the team up, and that's just her nature, and I think the team feeds off of that.
Called strike to push the count full. There's a look at Andy Adams in the dugout. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. James down for out number 2. Third strikeout of the game.
So putting a little extra on that one, and you can see that ball just sail up in the zone.
Gustafson waves at the first one, a sophomore. 324 hitter, couple of home runs. Swings at that one. Again, both hands not finishing on the bat.
No balls, 2 strikes.
So just looking back at the 4 games played earlier.
Strike 3. Gustafson out on strikes. 4th strikeout of the game. Another 0 on the board.
She got that strikeout before I could say that she had 12 in the first game against these two.
It's a fuzzy. Okay, guys, you guys can swing at the first pitch. She's literally pitching it right down the middle.
Then hey. But here's the thing, she wants that. You know what I mean? Work the count, hey. But remember, we gotta swing here because they keep fouling back. You swing this much more over, bam, that's when they start going, okay? Let's go, let's go.
And Adams talked about her team leading and having input on a lot of things, but right there, she kind of vetoed something floated by the team. Interesting to see what we'll do and we'll see in this at-bat. All right, in Fort Dodge, we have softball, but we also have Floyd of Rosedale. You've heard about the football trophy that goes between the University of Iowa and the University of Minnesota, but it has roots here in Fort Dodge. Floyd was a hog from Rosedale Farms in Fort Dodge, and then Floyd later became the trophy that we all know about. And then the art piece was installed in Fort Dodge this year. 14 feet tall, 15 feet long. That's a lot of pork loin.
It's a lot of hog.
It is.
It's pretty impressive, though. It's pretty cool.
It is almost big animals time at the Iowa State Fair. And I'm not sure that the animals are that big, but they're close. First pitch, strike to Martina Lowry. Lowry, Maya Davis, Chloe Works due up for Fort Dodge. Lowry, there's a look at her stats. Popped up on the infield, playable for Christensen, who takes a couple steps to her left to snag it.
The catch by Christensen at second. That'll bring up right fielder number 5, Maya Davis.
Well, Klug doing a good job of staying up in the zone, and that's what Coach Adams talked about to her team. Try to stay off of that.
And that pitch is a strike to Maya Davis. Klug looks in, infield way in on this play. The shortstop is the only one back.
2 strikes.
Solis is back, but Starr and Christensen are in, and Klunder is too. Yeah, there you can see on the left side, Starr.
They know with her speed they need to get to this ball in a hurry if she puts it in play.
Good pitch to go high there from Klug, trying to catch Davis if she was undisciplined. Strike 3. Davis out on strikes.
Really good location with this pitch. Got a lot of that outside corner of that ball working away from the left-handed hitter. And Davis couldn't pull the string on it.
Chloe Wirtz just hammered that one. Foul. She took a big league hack at it. She'll get a chance here at 0-1. That one is a strike. 31 RBIs for Wirtz. There's usually some people still left on base. Chops it to the right side. Christensen to Klunder. Hold on, hold of the phone. We have an illegal pitch. Another illegal pitch called.
Coach Delaney going out wanting to talk to Carl Woolridge out there at first base, wanting to understand what Kent's doing.
Same thing.
All right, so same thing. So said she hopped, right? That was the first.
Okay, here we go.
You can see her break contact with getting airborne off of the rubber.
That was a point of emphasis a couple of years ago. Still here. Well, that happened they got Jalen Adams out back in the first, and then she later fouled off about 5 pitches and roped a double. Let's see if Chloe Wirtz can do the same thing. She ropes it deep and gone.
Exactly what you had said. They get her out. They call the illegal pitch. She gets another opportunity, and she makes them pay.
Got that pitch up, and it went almost into the camera well. Boom, she rocketed that one.
She did, and James went all the way back. And then you get a little celebration at home plate, something they couldn't do a year ago.
First pitch to Klinger is fouled off.
Klug is pretty even-keeled, though, and she'll understand and realize, okay, it's just one pitch, it's one run. We can come back on them, and you can't let it bother how you approach the rest of the game.
Well, I asked Klug about, working on pitches, physical and mental. Punch to the right side and through for a base hit for now, and it'll stand. As Drefke came up firing, but just Klinger too quick. And the inning continues with a 2-out hit. And the 9th-place hitter, Haley Wills. Thought about bunt, flashed it for a moment.
She is probably one of their better bunters, maybe the best bunter on the team.
Klug last year was the number 2 behind Maddie Huseman. And she wanted that one spot. Sam wanted that spot. Put the time in. Throw down to second. Missed the tag. Let's see how close this one was.
2 balls, 1 strike. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Throw was there, and then the tag, yep, just missed her. Slid right behind her where she was.
Ball.
And able to grab the corner of the bag with her hand because the momentum was taking her, but able to grab that and stay in place. The throw was there. It was a really nice throw by Schultz.
The 2-1. Hit towards short. Solis, Klunder, inning over. Not before the Dodgers add the game's first run.
Slow the game down, relax a little bit, okay? Up in the plate, we've got to shorten up just a little bit, find a way to get the ball in play. All right, let's keep finding a way. We had to score anyways. Okay, we might as well score 1 right here and then continue to add a couple more. Here we go, White, here we go.
Yeah, you gotta score 1. You also gotta get a hit. And getting one off of Jalen Adams is really hard to do, and here's why.
You can see the power off of the rubber and just how much speed she can generate with that arm whip. And she gets down low and drives and has great spin on her pitches.
Good follow through there. After Fort Dodge lost the state title game, or Kennedy won the state title game, I asked Jalen Adams, when did you watch the championship game? She says, that night. And I was back in the gym the next morning, working on strength, working on speed, working on agility, trying to get bigger, better, stronger, faster.
Just kind of a mindset change. She just decided that it was going to be better for her if she got in and worked out and changed some things up. A couple of years ago, went out for swimming in the swim team and said she really loves it because you're working different muscles and have a lot of different things that you do when you're swimming.
Lizzie Klunder gives it a ride to right, and Davis camps under, makes the catch. 1 away. That'll bring in Lauren Solis. We hear from Gene Berger and talking about the Iowa girl and the well-rounded athlete, the multi-sport athlete. And Jalen said, you know, I also met some new friends.
That was a big part of her motivation as well, going out for the swimming team. Is she goes, you know, I've got these friends that I play softball with, I've grown up with, I've played with them for a long time, but now the opportunity to meet some new people and gain some new friends through the swim team. She even talked Doster into going out for the swim team.
And those are like, you know, 5:45 on the deck, let's swim. That's before school. Then there's after school.
You got to be dedicated to be a swimmer.
Yeah. Solis down 0-2. And that's strike 3.
Solis goes down to first for 2, and over the top of the order, of course, Centennial, third baseman Eddie Starr.
Well, one time through the lineup now for Centennial. See if they have made some adjustments.
Strike called on Addie Starr. 2 out here, top of the order for the Jaguars. The pitch. High pitch. Missed swing by Starr.
No ball, 2 strikes.
At the end of last inning, trying to get out of my mouth how many strikeouts she had in that first game. She had 12 in their first meeting. And right now, well on her way to either match that total or surpass that total.
Well, in the game against Fort Dodge, she didn't give up a hit or a walk, but there was an error, so the perfect game did not happen, but it was a no-hitter.
Ball.
0-2. Misses.
Here we go. Players day.
She gave up no walks, no hits, and went 2 for 2 at the plate. Popped up into the net.
So in game 1 of this 4-game series that they played this year, Adams 12 strikeouts, Klug had 6. And in the 3rd game, Klug had 1 strikeout, Adams had 6 strikeouts. So both pitchers pretty dominant in those games.
Yes.
3rd game was a 1-0 win by Fort Dodge, and Adams gave up 6 hits in that game. Klug gave up 5.
2-2 swung on, foul tick, held on to by Doster. 6 strikeouts for Adams.
Hey, you two call your, yes. Right? Right.
So
Now
of
what?
the
Hey,
first
what do we
9
do?
outs.
What do we do to keep hitting the ball?
Hold on.
We score every inning.
Yeah, just keep hitting it hard.
Hey, this is what I told Chloe. She's gonna throw you here, and then she's gonna keep climbing. You lay off this, but if it's this pitch, then you swing, and you see it, and you swing over this far. Lay off this one, swing at this one, swing over it this far, it'll go.
I think I just have swing that.
Dan guy, it's okay.
Of the 9 outs Fort Dodge has had, Adams is.
Come on, baby J.
She's involved with all of them. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I'm sorry, I got to get to Sam Klug. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think how I want to transition, and I'll just show Sam Klug. How about that?
Well, Sam Klug has really come on strong throughout the course of the season. See, now there you could just see a little bit where she leaps and she leaves the rubber. She's got to keep that foot down, drag it. And that's where she's gotten into trouble.
Of the first 10 batters, 9 have been put out by Adams. Did I get it right now? The only one that wasn't put out by Adams was a fly ball to right by Lizzie Clender. So Jalen's been involved in everything. And now, what does she do? She leads off the inning, a ball and a strike. Fouls that one back into the netting above us.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swung on, heading towards the stands, just on the backside of the dugout. And Adams has only struck out 8 times all season at the plate. There's some really good hitters we've seen at this tournament. The 1-2, again, fouled away.
Just understanding the strike zone on both sides of the dugouts, their diamond here, that these hitters really understand picking a zone, making sure that they're looking that part of the plate, that part of the strike zone, and they lay off of everything else. Easy to say, hard to do, but you've got to have the discipline, and I think we've seen that throughout the tournament.
Fouled off, just got a piece.
You can see on Adams' helmet all the stickers, and a lot of the players for Fort Dodge have those stickers on their helmets. Get those stickers for great plays.
Hit to left, Adams gives it right in front of Morris, who's just a little short, into second with another double is Jalen Adams, and I believe, Laura, that'll earn her another helmet sticker.
I believe so, just right on cue. You get stickers for great plays, big hits, just out of the reach of Morris, tried to make the sliding catch, and it falls all the way to the ground and up against the fence.
So we've got huddles all around.
Jalen's up. Jalen's up. She's taking away the rise, but this, lay off this, hit this, but swing 2 inches. I don't know how they. Do I need to speak Espanol? Seriously.
Courtesy 17 again for the pitcher.
Hey, but no roll.
Courtesy 17 for the pitcher.
Extension. Hey, be ready for the
First one, coach.
Be smart. Slippery. It's fine. We're good. You're going to score.
So the timeout, the initial conference was called by Centennial. Brett Delaney wanted to go out, talk to his defense, where the pitching coach came out, Jordan Gronwald, and she works with Sam Klug, and they had a separate conversation. Well hit to center, but James is going to be able to make the catch. Tagging to going to third is Peterson. Ball gets away. But Peterson's gonna stay. And let's look here, little gamesmanship going on till she's in the circle.
Time.
Now we have time. They're gonna appeal at second. Let's see that again, guys. I'm sorry, I'm not watching. I'm watching the field while you're watching on television. You're seeing a little bit different. There was an appeal about if she left early. And the appeal was no, she did not. All right.
And you might as well try it. Why not? And see if you might get lucky and get a call.
Throw to ground ball by Myers. Scores a run. All right, we're going to look one more time at this just to see on the if we had a leave early. We don't know when she left the bag, but I'm guessing there's a good indication
By the catcher's helmet, but it looked like she possibly could have gotten off the bag early, but we didn't have clear-cut evidence there.
2 away for Dostard. Diving play attempt by Solis goes off her glove into center field. And the inning will continue. 4-4 Dodge. Tell you what, we knew there was a lot that was going to be happening in this game, and we have not been disappointed. Just off the reach of Klug, and Solis knocked it down. But that puts a runner back on the board, and they're going to rule that a hit, the 5th hit.
Strike.
And a called strike to Martina Lowry.
Ball.
Lowry is just a player that finds hits. She just knows how to get it in the gaps, just knows how to read the defense, take a pitch a certain way.
Hit well in the air, but playable for James in center. She hauls it in to record the 3rd out. Woo. We got to take a break and sort things out. We'll be right back. This is Iowa PBS.
Hi, I'm Bill Riley, and I can't wait for Fair 2021 to begin. For 5 decades, Iowa PBS has brought you in-depth coverage of the great Iowa State Fair. Entertainment, competitions, livestock, food, and fun. We bring the magic of the State Fair right into your living room. It all starts August 16th with nightly coverage at 9 o'clock. It's a full hour of highlights for 6 nights in a row. See the fair like you won't see it anywhere else, only on statewide Iowa PBS.
This month in Passport on the PBS video app, your on-demand library for the best of PBS.
This is the point where you reveal I'm not even human.
Wow! Oh my goodness!
Mentally, we're extremely fit. We have this incredible ability to adapt and persevere.
What Ballet Trocadero has done over the years is turned ballet kind of on its head.
These and other shows from your PBS station are available with Passport on the PBS video app. Download it today.
Inside the dugout, Centennial still looking for their first hit for Dodge. 2 runs on 5 hits. They scored in each of the 2nd and the 3rd. We've talked about the crowd size here. They passed 900,000 fans this week to come see softball. They've come to watch Centennial. They've come to watch Fort Dodge. There might be 900,000 here tonight. I'm not one on guessing crowd sizes, but
give or take.
Give or take. It's a rounding error. If we're talking billions, it is. Jalen Adams goes back to work against Centennial. She'll face
Ball.
She faces Christensen here. Christensen, Morris, and Schultz.
Ball.
Now they're high. So if Centennial can lay off some of those high rise balls.
I just got a text from a friend of mine who's watching the game, and she said, stay off those rise balls.
I thank your friend for watching.
I know.
And thank you, everybody who has watched our 5 championship games of softball this week. Christensen lays off the rise ball again.
One strike.
Brad Wells and Molly Parrott had the Class 1A, 2A championships last night. Newell Fonda and North Lynn. We had 3A where Davenport Assumption had the biggest come from behind championship game performance, down 4, tied it to win 10-5, and it's a walk to Christensen. And then last game we had Western Dubuque win their first state championship. And here these two teams are in search of their first title. Fort Dodge, their second consecutive championship game appearance. Centennial, their first. Centennial, the new school on the north side of Ankeny. Not new so long, it's 7-8 years in existence. And it won't be the last new high school, as Waukee Northwest will open in the fall. The 1-1 to Morris.
Ball.
High.
Time.
Sydney Morris, as an 8th grader, bought a little doll, call it their rally doll. It's Dinger Dee Dee. I haven't seen it on the fence line yet, and I know it's in their dugout, but they certainly could use Dinger Dee Dee to help them out here to start a little bit of a rally. I don't know if that's,
there she is.
I don't know if that's Dinger Dee Dee.
I don't know either.
It's somewhere in there.
But there's Pablo the horse.
Pablo the horse.
For Addie Starr, the gag gift given by the seniors. Unhook the plow. Bunt is down, fielded by Adams. She looks at second, throws to first. So Morris, the fielder's choice.
Adams fires, gets Morris at first. The sacrifice, Christensen moves to second.
And that's what you want to do, get that runner into scoring position. Gave her a couple of chances to look at some pitches, then had her lay it down. Now you got a couple of opportunities with the middle part of the order to drive that one run in.
Ball.
See if you can cut this lead in half.
Ellis Schultz up 1-0 on this at-bat here in the 4th. This game moving along at a good pace. Lots of intensity here in this championship game. Fouled back into the net. See, your friends text about rise balls and things like that. Mine are texting about different things. They're watching different things on the broadcast.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so they're, I appreciate all of them that have been sending me messages today, and those that have been tweeting, talking about Iowa PBS coverage, and complimentary, and it's a great crew that's been making this all happen.
Foul ball. Foul ball off the bat.
I'm going to say foul ball off of Schultz's bat.
They're going to huddle on this one. Schultz thinks it got her on the wrist.
Offer forearm, 1,000%. Okay, okay.
I know the voice of who made that call, but the umpires cover their mouths, so you can't tell who made that call. But a conference says it hit the forearm.
They said
Hold it right away.
Of Schultz.
She's over the plate.
But no, she wasn't over the plate. Okay. I asked my partners, one said definitely forearm, hit the forearm. So I went with that.
Can I call time quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Courtesy runner 13.
Andy Adams.
Courtesy runner 13.
Heads out.
You're good now. You've gotten these next two. All right? We're good. We're actually going to...
Morgan Sieversyke will come out and run, and she's trying to rally up the crowd.
Go on it. Smoke it. Your defense is phenomenal. Yep, here we go. Here we go. We'll just read it. Just read it. Just read it.
Your defense is phenomenal. Love it. There's a look at Morgan Sieversyke. Yes, it is phenomenal. It always is phenomenal to see such great athletes. The intensity these fan bases have brought. Sometimes the big class, we don't see that big of a crowd, but man, we got it here tonight. Popped up, out of play.
Jammed her. She was going after that first pitch, was not going to let Adams get the advantage in the circle.
Peyton Drefke looking to get the first hit, but she's got two runners on already, one via walk, one via hit pitch. Popped up, possibly playable. Doster gives chase, makes the grab in front of the net. What a play!
She had another opportunity earlier in the game, could not reach out and get it, but this is just pure hustle by Doster.
Look at this.
He locates the ball, able to haul it in, shows a little of the ball, but able to hang on to it, and then quickly turns and looks to see if the runners are tagging.
And that's a called strike. Love the intensity. This is Mackenzie James, struck out back in the second. She bats here in the fourth, watches it go high. We've got people watching that have no rooting interest, and that what to me, Laura, I said it in the open. If you don't have any rooting interest, turn on this game, and I still say it. Let them know this is what softball, this is great softball right here unfolding in front of our eyes.
Getting quality plays. Utmost effort by these kids. Nobody is giving up. Nobody's laying back. Everybody's giving it 100%.
The 1-2. Strike three! Centennial leaves 2. They've left 3 on the game.
Thank you, Kat.
And we'll go to the bottom of the fourth, where it'll be Maya Davis, Chloe Wirtz, and Sophia Klinger.
No, I'm good.
All right, Laura, so we got a couple things going on here that I need to mention. And
circle.
One of the things I want to tell you about is Fort Dodge. We talked about Floyd of Rosedale. Now, this is the largest art mural project in the state of Iowa, and it's an old grain silo that has been painted. Real people depicted here, painted. It's a lot of paint, that's a lot of time. I remember when that was done a few years ago, and we had a chance to fly around it and show it to you. One of the great things at Fort Dodge. So if you want to come see Floyd of Rosedale, Public Art, State Softball Championship game, do that. First pitch, too. Maya Davis has swung on and missed. Davis, Wirtz, and Klinger due up here in the bottom of the fourth for Fort Dodge. They lead 2-0. No runs, no hits, no errors for Centennial. 2 runs on 5 hits and no errors for the Dodgers.
No
Swing
ball,
and a miss by Davis.
Go batter.
Defense in a little bit at the corners.
Ball.
With the lefty Davis up, trying to cut down on those ground balls so she can't use her speed to her advantage.
Andy Adams calls her the quickest base runner she's ever had.
Ball.
She's trying to get on base any way she can. 3 for 4 versus Bettendorf. She said she likes to play in a familiar place. Well, when you're playing on your home field, it's a familiar place. A little behind on it, right over Kent. He ducked. Good job. Just letting you know, Duke, Kent did a good job right there, getting out of the way. The 2-2. Again, foul. Caught.
Hey, what a great catch.
Is that
somebody up in the camera?
Somebody running the camera.
Thank you.
You got to play. You got to feel the position, Laura. Otherwise, you can't be here.
It looks like it might be Scott Reister up there.
Oh, okay. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Klug gets the leadoff batter here.
Out.
Davis goes down, strikes out number 1.
What a great battle, and Klug coming in with a pitch down. That started at the knees, ended at the ankles.
Klug said she'd been working to stay in on her legs, not let her hip come through. Does that make any sense to you?
I'm not a pitcher, but I think probably trying to get more of the drive and not having the ball spin out of the zone.
Solis tries to backhand it. It was a tough defensive play on Wirtz's hit. I'm going to call it a hit. That was a rocket for Solis.
And Solis did a great job at just keeping it, knocking it down, keeping it in the infield.
That one is high. Not many quiet moments here tonight in this 5A title game.
Strike!
And Sophia Klinger looks back and sees Tom Sullivan say strike. Haley Willis on deck. You can see her feet right there in that shot. Fouled off.
Klinger is going to go to Iowa Central and play softball. So she's just going to stay here maybe after the tournament.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Iowa Central plays their home softball field, or games on the other diamond, on diamond 2 here. Into right, base hit. Good piece of hitting there to go down and get it for Klinger.
And now they go station to station as Drefke gets the ball back in a hurry. It got out there in a hurry, but Drefke right on it keeps the runners from taking an extra base.
Haley Wills, the junior, will have a chance. Sometimes they'll have her bunt. In a traditional setting, most teams would probably have Haley as their leadoff hitter. Quick, good bunter.
Ball.
Maybe a 2 slot, depending on what your offense is going to be, but you've got Adams at your leadoff. Some teams will put their best player at leadoff because they want as many at-bats for them as they can get. Swing and a miss by Wills.
She's also a player that can get that order back to the top of the lineup, and so in that 9 spot, she's very valuable to them.
Off the hands, right at Solis, tags out the runner. Double play, that'll get the Jaguars out of a jam. Let's see if a little defense can lead to some offense. Gustafson, Klunder, and Solis do up for Centennial, but look at that great play by Solis.
Heads up play by Solis.
Dig up the middle on the ground, find a way to get one. Here we go.
You got to find a way to get one. In a 2-0 game, 1 is huge. There's a look inside that Centennial dugout. What do you think right now? What are you thinking right now for Centennial? What do you got to do at this? You got 7, 8, 9 up.
Base runners. I mean, you've got to get people on base. You got to figure out a way to get yourself on, whether it's a walk, base hit, hit by pitch. They need base runners, and they need to be able to string hits together right now at this point.
Good look at you saw the Centennial crowd. Now the Fort Dodge crowd. I believe those shirts say Fort Dodge versus everybody. Is that what the black shirts say? Yeah. And there's a lot of them. They are everywhere. And that has been a motto that Andy Adams, she grew up in nearby Webster City, but she has been here coaching for quite some time. She's in her 21st year at coaching here at Fort Dodge, and she lives and dies with the team. She told me after the game Tuesday, she goes, so help me, if I have one more person text me they're coming to the game. Because I just think her phone, I cannot imagine the text messages. Like, same with Brett Delaney. I mean, coaches, when you embrace your community and you're engaged with them, it's nonstop. Foul ball.
That hurt Doster. I think that got her off her bare hand.
It did sound a little different.
And I'm not sure, I felt like at the end of the last inning, she ran over to get the trainer, and the trainer followed her into the dugout. So I'm not sure when she went to catch that foul ball if something happened and they had to attend to that. But this one sounded funny, like it came off of the tip of the glove and got her hand.
Gustafson looks, swings and misses. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. She's the designated player in the lineup tonight. High. Adams tried to get her to chase. Coach Delaney calls Gus the hardest hitter they have. Hard swing, but missed making contact there and struck out.
Just a challenge right here. Look at that rise ball. How much underneath that pitch she was swinging, and that ball just jumps when it gets to the plate.
Lizzie Klunder now. Klunder said last year we kind of missed out on the weightlifting time. We're back at it. Swing and a miss there, but now we're into doing some yoga. It's great to relax, maybe after a late night game. The next morning we're up. And she had a lot of personality in the conversation.
I said, is the yoga working for you? And she said, well, we're not all that flexible, but it's just nice and relaxing.
A lot of teams, you'll see some football teams doing it, softball teams, basketball. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. It's 9 for Adams, Laura.
Just a repeat of the last at bat. The inning prior to this, Centennial did a better job of laying off of that pitch. They had some base runners. And they are going after that pitch here in this inning.
Strike 2, Lauren Solis. She made the great defensive play to end the last inning in the field. And that one's high and up a little. That pitch misses. The 2-1. Fouled back into the net.
See that Adams has that sleeve on her arm. It's battled a little tendonitis all season long and trying to keep the arm warm with that sleeve. Doesn't seem to affect her here in this ball game. She's bringing it with a little pace.
Wow. Strike 3. Centennial down to 6 outs in the bat. They trail 2-0. Let's go to public address announcement.
We have a special presentation at this time. Pitcher, could you hold your warm-up throws, please? Ladies and gentlemen, 2021 marks the 51st year that the IGHSAU has held the state softball championships here in Fort Dodge at Harlan Rogers Park. For 48 of those years, the Iowa girl has been served on the softball field by one of the best to ever wear the blue. Earlier this month, Craig Snyder ended a 50-year career serving Iowa high school athletics. He officiated his final regular season softball game, symbolically leaving his umpire shoes on home plate after the final out as a final sign of respect for the game. Snyder's career as an Iowa high school official encompassed 4 sports: football, girls and boys basketball, and softball. He was in uniform for 50 state championship contests, including many here in Fort Dodge. Tonight, we honor his service to the IGHSAU and recognize his contribution to the sport of softball. Mr. Snyder, it appears we owe you a brand new pair of shoes, Iowa girl style. Please join the IGHSAU in thanking Craig and his wife, Connie, for a golden career. We love you, Snidely.
Familiar face. We've seen Craig a lot at basketball and here at softball for sure. And he's done a lot of tournament games. That's the symbol. When you're retiring, you can leave your brush, your clicker, the shoes. They do it in wrestling as well, and this umpire fraternity, and they could use a couple more people to join. We need umpires at every level, whether it's youth, high school. If you're somebody who's maybe 16, 17, 18, or you're going into college, you're like, hey, I want to be connected to the game. There's a good chance to get in if you're a youth. But part of the issue with umpires has been sportsmanship, Laura. I'm going to jump out. You don't have to chime in on this one at all. We need to be better as fans on our umpires. They are trying to do a nearly impossible job, and a little bit of patience can go a long way to helping the career and the longevity of some of these umpires. We need people in it. Let's just be better people, better fans. Maybe we can keep some of these umpires out, but at the same time, we want everybody to perform at their best. These umpires, the men and women who've been calling balls and strikes, they are getting reviewed after every game about what they're doing, trying to improve their craft. They are working. If you are somebody who could work with another young umpire, maybe mentor, bring someone along, it's a good opportunity to do it. The Girls Union would love to have you. First pitch by Adams is swung on and hit to Christensen, and she's retired for the first time tonight as we begin the bottom of the fifth. Jalen Adams, Tori Bennett, Mariah Myers due up for the Dodgers.
Well, going back to the umpires, I couldn't have said it any better. We do need more umpires, and I totally agree with you. We need to be better as fans. Yes, it's okay to maybe yell every once in a while, but not be relentless on these umpires. They're working hard. They're doing the best they can. And I just think it's a great thing to be involved in the sport of softball, basketball, whatever. We need umpires and officials all over, and a great way to stay involved with youth programs, high schools, and the sport. And they do a lot of great work. These umpires have worked really hard this week.
Base hit up the middle, Tori Bennett. And here's the thing, if you like sports, you get paid to go to games. And you don't have to cheer. You just get to help make sure the game and teach the game and pass it on to the next generation. So Bennett's on, so Mariah Myers comes up. Myers only has one hit in this tournament. She is looking to get that monkey off her back and get into the hit column. Maybe add one of those helmet stickers. Let's see what she can do here. Get off the snide.
She is one of the players that has not struck out all season long, so a good eye at the plate.
And she's been fantastic to watch play. I've seen four dodge, punches it to right. Well hit, back at the wall. Making a grab even better is Peyton Drefke. Boy, Myers gave that one a ride, but Drefke right up against that fence. Great defensive play. That could have been extra bases.
That certainly could have, and Drefke doing a great job right from the crack of the bat. Started moving, working her way back towards that fence, kept her eye on it the entire time. And Myers making a bid for extra bases or a home run.
It'll be up to Tristan Doster here in the fifth. That's a strike. TK hasn't struck out all year either. State track qualifier, three-sport athlete, up the middle, base hit. She'll run now. She also has won Fort Dodge Best Female Athlete Nordman Award. She's on base now with a base hit. Right up the middle. Let's see where it goes. Yep. Klug's had a lot come right back at her tonight.
And just far enough away from her that she can't knock him down or glove it to keep him in the infield.
Pitch. Strike. Called strike. Lowry. 0 for 2 with a fly out. 2 on, 2 out here in the 5th. Hope you're enjoying this game in Fort Dodge tonight. Off speed, misses.
Smile on Klug's face. Thought she might have had that outside part of the plate. Didn't get the call. Has to go to work again.
Fouled off to the right.
Thank you.
Almost caught by the fans. Right in front of Andy. Come on, Andy, you got to get
1 ball,
that.
2 strikes.
Andy said they left the TV on at home, and I'm supposed to say hi, Pepper. The 1-2, hit in the air, playable in left. Morris is under, makes the grab to end the threat. We're moving along at a quick pace, but man, there have been very few dull moments in this game. But we have had some good ones. Maybe we'll call them highlights. And guess what? We're going to show them to you now. A lot of them revolve around Jalen Adams. Pitching, she's been lights out. I believe she struck out 10 so far. She's stopped any rally. At one point, she was making every play. It was her versus everybody else, and she did it with the bat. Adams here with a double. She had a double in the first, double in the third. Then you had a home run from Chloe Wirtz right there. That was the game's first run. And then in the third, on a ground ball out that got the run home, RBI for Myers. And that is how it looks right now. No hits, no runs, no errors for Centennial. 2-9-0 for Fort Dodge as we go to the top of the 6th here. And it's time for our annual conversation with the head of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, Jean Berger. She's going to sit with us soon, and we'll have that chat with her. And I have all these incredibly hard questions I'm going to ask her, and I think she's a little scared.
Is that why she's late?
That's why she's late. But she's dealing with a lot this week with the union, and has been making her way all through navigating fan bases and logistics. This year, no COVID protocols like we had last year, Laura. You kind of mentioned that. No fan limitations, and the fans showed up.
They have come out in big numbers here tonight for this 5A game, and they're getting a good show.
Jaguars looking for their first hit. They'll leave it up to Addie Starr, Anna Christensen, and Sydney Morris. Starr, one of the 2 freshmen in the lineup for Coach Delaney. There's more in the wings coming. Next pitch is a strike. She looks up at that bat, stretches it up over her head.
Strike.
Looks at another strike.
One ball, 2 strikes. Ball.
Misses. And Starr even thought she was strike 3. She stepped home, landed back to the dugout. New life.
So maybe now you take a deep breath. Step right back in. Look to get that first hit for your team.
Swing and a miss.
So that strikes out number 1. That'll bring up second baseman Anna Christensen.
We've talked a lot about Jalen Adams. She's playing on a different level tonight.
Sometimes when your pitches are working for you and you have confidence in everything that you're throwing, you make it very difficult for the hitters at the plate to even make adjustments. She's moving the ball around, moving location, changing speeds. And these hitters for Centennial have not been able to tag her for a hit yet.
And that's a strike. You know, we've watched Jaelin grow up here at the Diamond. She played 8th grade, 9th grade at the tournament. After that freshman year, remember talking with her mom, Coach, and she's coached during softball. She's mom every other time of the year. They needed some other parts to come along, and they got them. You know, they got TK to, you know, keep playing. They get another, you know, a freshman, and they add a couple of juniors, and I think Adams kind of Jaelin leads by example and has really helped bring around this team to be on this level. And that pitch, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes, is low, so it's 3-2.
Well, and a lot of these players have played together since they were 6 years old. And so you had that core group, and they had to bring along a few others, and this is where they are today.
Foul! Almost the first hit for Centennial. Just inside, or just outside of the line. Didn't quite hug the bag enough.
You know, Coach Adams said this has been a dream of theirs for a long, long time to be able to be in this title game and win it. And they've got the upper hand.
Popped up on the infield. Adams almost has to dive for it. Makes the play right at the line. And another field your position play. Out number 2. It's up to Sydney Morris to keep the inning going.
She does finish in different positions though with her pitches, but she's always on balance. She's always able and ready to field a pop-up or a ball that comes right back up the middle.
Morris swings and misses. Morris had 2 hits versus Pleasant Valley, and one of them was a double. Pops it up, playable for Myers, who softly puts the hands up, catches it in foul territory, and the Jaguars are down to their final 3 outs. Dodgers lead 2-0 here on Iowa PBS.
On Icon.
How do you capture and sum up a concert with one image?
I'm a rock fan. I want to see that picture and I want to hear it. I want to feel it.
I really felt like I was part of the band.
It's kind of like being a war photographer. You're ready for battle.
You really are stealing a frame out of life and saying, this is worth 1,000 words.
Best job in the world.
Tune in or stream Friday at 10 p.m.
Centennial, lots of O's. Fort Dodge, a couple of scratches. That's all you need to score is 1, but Fort Dodge leads 2-0 at top or bottom of the 6th here. Maya Davis, Chloe Wirtz, and Sophia Klinger due up for Fort Dodge. There's the helmet sticker. They're Wolves, Laura. There's significance on why they're Wolves.
They run as a pack. They're a family of wolves, and that's what they've done all season long. Run as a pack, win as a pack, and it's all about family for them.
Davis takes the first pitch and hits it to right, and Drefke comes in to make the catch.
So that was Lydia Lerner batting. Now batting, left fielder, Chloe Wirtz.
Wirtz with a home run back in the 2nd. And was erased after a hit in the 4th.
You know, last fall, she broke her pinky finger playing volleyball and has had to have 2 surgeries. Didn't really help fix the finger, but it sure didn't bother her on the home run that she hit earlier in this ball game.
No. Look out, Mel. Foul ball headed right to where Mel is up on the first base dugout. That's the look you're seeing right now from above first base. The 0-2 hit to second. Christensen over to Klunder, 2 away.
2 balls.
Christensen to Klunder.
Thank you.
center fielder, Sophia Klinger.
Sophia Klinger, 2 for 2. Foul ball, fouled that up right off her left and right knee. As the sun starts to set here on this Friday night. Lights in full effect. Softly hit, it's gonna drop right in front of Drefke. It's gonna get past her, and Klinger is on base for the 3rd time. On heads-up base running, that'll be a hit, a single at least, to give her the extra base. And they're going to call that an error, so it'll be a single with an error. And we are going to get a quick conversation in here with Gene Berger. We will, Jean's got the headset on, and we might ask her for analysis here.
Okay.
In a little bit, yeah. The pitch to Haley Wills is a ball, or is a strike. I'm not even calling the game right now. Gene, some things don't change. Why start now? The 0-1.
Ball.
All right, so you throw down to, no throw down to third as Klinger advances, and now that would be a huge insurance run, Laura, if Fort Dodge could somehow push that one across.
Especially after Centennial getting 2 outs. You get a run after 2 outs, that's just a huge momentum builder for Fort Dodge.
Ball.
One's low. Wills, that is, 0 for 2. The pitch on the way from Klug, fouled off. Gene, been a good week? Has been a great week?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
sorry.
has.
I didn't give you any lead time. I was
No,
gonna say.
yeah.
Been a good week? Good weather?
Good weather. Great fan attendance.
I say good crowd, right?
Yes, very good crowds.
2-2 is fouled away. Into that netting. That's one of the new additions a few years ago. Just little changes, but we're going to stay coming to Fort Dodge for a while.
5 more years with an additional 5 possible. That means they have to be nice to us for 5 more years, Paul.
The 2-2. Inside. And a hometown team, I mean, it depends on, whether it's in the venue, Cedar Rapids, you like to have that. Des Moines, like that. Fort Dodge ain't too bad either.
No.
Ball 4, going down to first to be Wills, and guess who's coming up? Jalen Adams. So you've seen any women, young women that embody the Iowa girl this week at all, Gene?
Well, I met a little girl named Riley. She's 10 years old and she wants to be a pitcher. And she wanted to meet Jalen Adams.
Very nice.
And I introduced them. And Jalen Adams was really, really good.
I don't know if you've seen Jalen after games, but lots and lots of people come up to her. And it's always neat to see. I mean, like when Laura and I are talking to people and they come up, but it's not that long. That 10-year-old's going to be out here.
Yes.
And it's great to have those role models that are willing to do that, to continue to bring the game of softball to that younger generation and have them want to be an Iowa girl and want to play this great game.
And I always watch for some pink shoes walking around. There's a lot of young girls wearing pink shoes, so I think we're working our way to the younger set.
And retired umpires get pink shoes too.
I know. I got kind of verklempt.
I don't think you're the only one. Jalen Adams to bat here. 2 on, 2 out. She shows bunt. They're going to throw down to third, allowing Wills to go to second, but it was all about keeping Klinger at third. We all knew that was coming. Now, I think we're still going to see Adams pitch to. Klug v. Adams. Fouled. You have 2 different types of athletes here, Gene. You've got one that's going to go on and play at the next level, one that's peaking at the end of her career and pitching in a state championship game. The 1-1 is a ball. That's what sports allows, these 2 types of stories to develop, or am I missing something?
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, and I think that even though they may take different paths, one will go on and play, one may not.
Ground ball back to Klug. She throws over, and it'll be up to 4, 5, and 6 for Centennial to keep this thing going as Adams is retired in the 6th. 2-0 for Dodge. All right, Gene. What do we got? What's any news you've made this week or anything?
Have I made any news?
Yeah, is there anything else besides the extension of the tournament here?
I hope not.
Okay.
Are you trying to tell me something?
No.
No. Oh. I just think the big impression that I'm left with leaving here is how the fans have come back. We are going to be we're going to be close to the 2019 numbers, and that was probably top 5 all-time numbers in this format. So I think that bodes well for the fall and for our schools and for our communities, that people are going to come back and watch our high school kids.
And yes, there's a little bit of distancing, but these are people that have been in their own communities, whether it's Fort Dodge or Centennial. And it's still outdoors, and it's just a different year. We maybe have that behind us.
I hope so. But I like that these are fans that are not connected necessarily to any one player. They just are here supporting young girls who have a talent.
All right, so now the next championship will be sooner than we think.
Cross
but
country.
Let's just enjoy this for now, right?
Yes.
It's been a good week. All right, Gene, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
Good to have you here. Thank you for the time and appreciate it. It's Gene Berger, Executive Director of the Iowa
Another
Girls High
great
School
tournament,
Athletic
Gene.
Team. Another great tournament indeed, and it comes down to Ella Schultz. First pitch, or second pitch, is out for a ball. It'll be 1-1. So Schultz, Drefke, James, still looking for that first hit, still trying to scratch something across against Adams.
Ball.
That pitch misses. And it's still, I mean, this is still a ball game. This isn't anything over by any means.
You have to be really smart here at the plate because you have to start a rally. Base runners, base runners, base runners. That's got to be the theme
2 balls, 2
for
strikes.
Centennial.
And this game is very much reflective of the previous 4 meetings between these two. Low scoring, close. You had mentioned the scores earlier in this broadcast, and I think the fans have been treated to a pretty darn good softball game.
Yeah, 4-1, 6-3, 1-0, 3-2. So all very close in nature, competitive. Only 2 of those 4 games had this particular pitching matchup between Adams and Klug. But still, the scoring has been low, so the defense has been good, the pitching has been good. They've kept the hitters off balance, but Centennial needs a rally right now.
Ella Schultz sends it in the air, foul, and right in front of the dugout. Myers makes the grab, and there's 1 away in the top of the 7th.
Initially,
Myers has made 2 big plays, Laura, sorry.
Thought it was gonna sail out, but it just got held up. I think the wind kind of held it up, and Myers able to camp underneath it and pull it in.
Ball.
Drefke, Peyton Drefke looks at a first pitch ball. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Fort Dodge, the host for 50 years. We're in tournament 51. Basically, this complex was built and they had the state tournament here.
Yep.
Andy Adams has coached at this diamond for more than 20 years.
Strike.
That's a strike to Drefke. If you ever get a chance to have a conversation with her, you're going to go away with quite an impression of the love and the passion of the game. Well hit to center, over the field. Center fielder falls over. Klinger. And it's going to be a double for Centennial. Peyton Drefke's on second. Klinger just fell down. And that's the game's first hit for Centennial. Klinger just got her feet caught up. Went all the way to the wall. Drefke, the double.
You know, Drefke, about a month before the season, decided to go out for golf. She became their #1 golfer. That looked like a tee shot right there that went to dead center field. And Klinger just got her feet tangled up. That ball was a shot, though. It was right at her. Those are sometimes hard to read as a center fielder.
Come on. Come on.
First one, coach.
A little bit of huddle here, a little bit of huddle there. And Andy Adams, you know what she was basically saying was, come on, you're fine. You just have to get 2 outs, and we celebrate. But Mackenzie James says, no, I want to make a name for myself here. If I can just trade places. Shows bunt, pulls it back, strike. Fans making their presence known, Laura.
Ball.
Getting loud, getting intense. I mean, you have the tying run at the plate right now.
The 1-1. Little blooper, that's going to get down for a base hit. We're going to go first to third. Play comes home, and Doster makes a sky catch that saved a run. The throw came in from the outfield, and Mackenzie James, back-to-back hits. The Jaguars are in business.
That little blooper into center field, and immediately Klinger's going home, going to try to cut down the run or keep her at third.
Okay.
And that could have been bad on a number of fronts because Doster's helmet was right off the plate, and she skied, easily could have landed on that.
Another critical play, though, by Doster. That did save a run. That gets over her glove. That goes all the way to the backstop, and that allows Drefke to come in.
Cardiac kids. There's still a heartbeat. Got Lauren Gustafson. First pitch bunt. Pulls it back. It's a strike.
Trying to distract Adams a little bit, waving the bat in front of the plate. But a base hit now here ties it up.
And she was trying to do more than a base hit there. Gustafson swings and misses. Drefke broke up the no-no. James extended it. Gustafson says, my turn. The 0-2. High.
Those were pitches they were swinging at earlier in the ballgame. Kind of ducked under that one, got the call.
Swing and a miss, and they swung at it that time. And the Dodgers are 1 out away.
That's just a challenge thrown up there by Jalen Adams saying, hit this rise ball, and Gustafson couldn't lay off of it.
Lizzie Klunder swing and a miss. Ball 1.
She's got a little pop in her bat, so Adams is generating the speed and the power if she can just put the barrel of the bat on it.
And that's a strike. And Doster goes out to talk to Adams. Klunder trying to keep it going. Adams trying to shut the door.
2 strikes.
Foul back. Not, but the seams of the softball clipped by Klunder.
A piece of it, just a piece of it to stay alive.
Adams. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fort Dodge, state champions in 2021. Number 1 all year, and they celebrate as champs for the first time in school history.
They said they have dreamed of this for a long, long time. Well, it is now a reality. They don't have to dream any longer. They have their state title. And you could see the emotion and the long hug with Jalen Adams and her mom. Worked a long time for this, and it finally has become a reality for them.
All of their lives, Fort Dodge has watched other teams celebrate on their field. They're champs tonight. Let's meet your all-tournament team.
Medals is Farm Bureau Representative Mark Busto. Your Class 5A all-tournament team from Fort Dodge, Mariah Myers. From Fort Dodge, Tristan Duster. From Centennial, Sydney Morris. From Bettendorf, Sophia Del Vecchio. From City High, Ayana Lindsay. From Waukee, Reagan Bartholomew. From Pleasant Valley, Sophia Lindquist. From Centennial, Addie Starr. From Fort Dodge, Tori Bennett. From Centennial, Sam Klug. And your Class 5A all-tournament team captain. From Fort Dodge, Jalen Adams.
The only drama was going to be at what point was she awarded the all-tournament team captaincy. I mean, great pitching, a no-hitter in her opening game, a no-hitter into the 7th in the championship game, outstanding bats, outstanding all-tournament team here in Class 5A.
This is certainly a good lineup of players. We saw some really good softball in all classes, and here in 5A, there's a good lineup of a lot of the talent that is here in the state of Iowa.
Some of them will play in the All-Star game tomorrow, but they're celebrating tonight now with trophies.
In addition to receiving medallions Every participating player will receive a commemorative softball provided by Iowa Farm Bureau, title sponsor of the Girls Athletic Union. Presenting awards are members of the IGHSAU Board of Directors, Travis Fleshner, Deanne Kramer, and Ron Fodness. Congratulations to the runners-up in Class 5A, head coach Brett Delaney and the Centennial Jaguars on an outstanding 2021 softball season. And your 2021 Class 5A State Softball Champions, head coach Andy Adams and the Dodgers from Fort Dodge.
Well, you can't take it away now. You've earned it. Andy Adams notched career victory 725 tonight, and it's a state title.
And it's a sweet state title. As we said, they had been, a lot of these players had played together since they were 6 years old. They've been dreaming of this for a long time. Now they're raising that trophy, and I'm going to tell you what, doesn't get any better than that, and there's nothing better than this state tournament here in the state of Iowa up in Fort Dodge.
There's Jalen Adams. We talked about her. We talked about a lot of great players, teams this week. Laura, what stands out as we get ready to end our night?
I just think that we continually see quality softball from these players at 1A level all the way up to the 5A level, and we've seen good pitching, quality defense, and great clutch hitting, and that's just what this tournament's all about, the emotion, the fanfare, and everything that goes along with it. It's probably the best run tournament in the country.
Just when you think another year can't get any better, we go and top ourselves.
That's right. That's right. An last year when, you know, things were limited and all that, and it comes back with a big boom and a lot more excitement this year, and finish it off with an outstanding 5A game that was thrilling down to the end.
Laura Leonard, thank you so very much. Always an honor to sit and talk softball with you. And we're glad that you were able to enjoy it with us as well tonight. Fort Dodge wins it in Class 5A, Western Dubuque 4A, Assumption 3A, Northland 2A, Newell Fonda 1A. Congratulations to everybody. Thank you so very much from Iowa PBS and Fort Dodge. Good night. We'll see you next time.
Funding provided by...
You work hard to feed them well. That's why at Fairway, we're committed to our foundation of personalized service while treating our customers like family and valuing our employees. Fairway Meat and Grocery. That's what we're all about.
By Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialists, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.